My name is Gavin Schmidt. I'm a climate scientist and director of the NASA Goddard Institute for Space Studies here in New York City. People have generally pretty short time horizons, but we do think decades ahead. We have mortgages that last for 30 years. We have children who hopefully last for even longer. We think about our student debts, and obviously that's centuries ahead, right? We think about Social Security and whether that'll still be there when we retire. We think about retirement. So we're not incapable of thinking long term. And so I don't think it's anything really fundamental in how we think that prevents us from thinking about the thing. But yeah, I mean, this is a very large misconception that comes up a lot. The idea that people expect that that we're trying to reduce emissions to deal with a problem that we're having right now, and they can't see anything terrible happening right now, and so why are we bothering to do that? The notion, but actually, you know what? I think the biggest misconception is how people think about risk. What we're talking about here is not a perfect scientific prediction that we want to avoid, but we have a risk of bad things happening, and we have to be managing risk. That means that we take into account the uncertainties. That means we take into account what we don't know and the potential for unknown unknowns, but we still make plans that we hope are going to give us the least worst outcome, and hopefully even a good outcome in the future. And I think the biggest misconception that people have is not by thinking about this as a risk management problem, but thinking about this as pollution and clean up the pollution problem.
2030.
So 2 degrees is not safe. Like this safe, dangerous business. That I hate that. Right? That's it's not like 1.99 is safe and 2.01 is dangerous. Right? Danger and risk is pretty much a continuous function of how far we're moving away from where we were. And well, which it has, but then people talk about because we've had to kind of say, okay, well, this is an aim and this is where we are. This 2 degree thing suddenly becomes, oh well, if you don't hit 2 degrees, we're totally fine. And then we hit 2 degrees, oh my God, it's a disaster, right? That goes to the runaway tipping points of doom thing, right? 2 degrees is not a tipping point. Right, danger is increasing all the way up to that, and for some of the low-lying areas, that will be an existential danger zone, and it will increase beyond that. It's not, even if we never get to these kind of scenarios that are consistent with the 2 degree range, it doesn't mean that there's nothing worth doing. And people ask me that, is it too late? Is it too late to do something? It's never too late. We're still making decisions. We're making decisions every single day that have consequences for emissions, that have consequences for the climate, right? We need to make those decisions smarter, but there's never going to be a point, whatever happens here, that we're not going to be making decisions. I mean, and there's always going to be a point that says, okay, is this a decision that's going to be helpful? Is this a decision that's not going to be helpful? And hopefully we will make more of the decisions that are going to be helpful.